Welcome to The Explainer. I am so glad you're joining us today. Look, if you're driving in the UAE, today's topic is absolutely crucial. We're diving straight into the complex and honestly, sometimes wild world of Toyota spare parts in Dubai. We'll be drawing on some fantastic, comprehensive insights from regional automotive supplier Al Miyar to really break this down. So if you've ever felt totally overwhelmed by the auto parts market or, you just want to make sure you're protecting your investment the right way, this explainer was built specifically for you. We're going to demystify exactly what parts you actually need, why the quality matters so much, and how to navigate this market like an absolute pro. All right, let's get into it.
So ask yourself right now, is your Toyota truly ready for the extreme conditions we see in the UAE? I mean, it's a serious question. Driving here is just a whole different beast. You're dealing with blistering extreme heat that degrades rubber and plastic incredibly fast. Then you've got the rugged desert terrain testing every single joint and seal on the car. Oh, and of course, the brutal stop-and-go urban traffic of Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Now, Toyota has built an amazing reputation for engineering reliable vehicles for these environments. I mean, from the iconic Land Cruiser down to the trusty Camry. But let's be real, even the toughest vehicles take a beating out here. Regular upkeep? It's not just a friendly recommendation, it is an absolute necessity if you want to maintain your safety and your performance.
And that actually brings us to a really great core philosophy from Al Miyar. They say, 1,000 parts, one standard, trust is what defines lasting value. Think about it. When you're standing at a parts counter or you're scrolling online, dirt cheap prices are instantly going to grab your attention. It's human nature. But as this quote so perfectly points out, price just does not equal value. What actually keeps your vehicle out on the road and out of the mechanic's bay is the confidence that the part you bought is exactly what it claims to be: genuine, precise, and completely uncompromised. At the end of the day, trust and precise fit are the whole shebang.
Okay, Section 1. Why genuine parts matter.
We aren't just talking about slapping a fancy label on a cardboard box here. There are incredibly practical, real-world advantages to choosing genuine components. First off, engineered compatibility. These parts match the exact technical specs of your car. That means no forcing things to fit and way fewer labor headaches. Second, durability and material quality. Genuine parts are literally built from high-grade materials that were tested to survive that brutal UAE heat we just talked about. It extends the time between replacements and, obviously the biggest one, enhanced vehicle safety. Safety-critical components go through rigorous, punishing factory testing to guarantee they maintain the structural integrity needed to actually protect you in an emergency.
Hey, this also hits right at your wallet by preserving your car's resale value. Keeping a detailed service history that shows you exclusively use genuine parts, that is honestly one of the smartest financial moves you can make. Prospective buyers in the UAE are incredibly savvy. They actively hunt for vehicles that have been meticulously maintained with original stuff. So buying genuine isn't really just a maintenance expense, it's basically an insurance policy on your initial investment.
Moving right along to Section 2, genuine, OEM, or aftermarket. Let's figure out how to choose the right parts.
Let's start by busting a massive industry myth and demystifying a major term: OEM. That stands for Original Equipment Manufacturer. OEM parts are actually made by the exact same companies that supply the parts directly to the Toyota factory. Big names like Denso, Aisin, or Takiko. They offer the exact identical fit, the same material quality, and the same performance as genuine parts. The only real difference? They're packaged under their own brand name instead of having the Toyota logo on the box. This makes OEM an incredibly smart, cost-effective alternative. You get factory quality without paying the brand name premium.
So you're essentially looking at two extreme ends of the spectrum here. On one side, you have genuine parts. You get the official packaging, the ironclad manufacturer warranties, and guaranteed performance. On the flip side, you have aftermarket parts. These are made by third-party, completely unaffiliated companies. Sure, they are super budget-friendly, but the quality is highly variable. You might get lucky, or the part might wear out prematurely, or worse, require risky modifications just to fit your car. Al Miyar's advice is really well balanced here. Absolutely stick to genuine or premium OEM for your safety-critical systems, like your brakes and steering. You can save the cheap aftermarket options for non-critical stuff like, floor mats or wiper blades.
All right, Section 3. Critical parts for every Toyota. Let's look at system maintenance.
When you break down the main vehicle systems that need the most attention in the Emirates, it's pretty clear where to focus. Your engine and transmission demand incredibly precise tolerances. The suspension and steering? Well, they take a massive beating from constant speed bumps and those weekend off-road desert trails. But I really want to highlight your brakes for a second. Because of the extreme ambient heat here, brake fade is a very real, very dangerous issue. You need high-performance brake pads and rotors that are specifically designed to minimize that heat fade and actually give you consistent stopping power. Oh, and don't forget the filters. Regularly swapping out your cabin and engine air filters is basically the only way to protect your car from constantly inhaling fine desert dust.
Section 4. How to order smart. Let's talk direct and efficient purchasing.
Look, established suppliers like Almiyar have completely streamlined this process, making it wonderfully simple to order parts directly. Here is the step-by-step. Step 1, identify your VIN. Step 2, shoot them an inquiry through their website or even just over WhatsApp. Step 3, you'll review a fully transparent quote that breaks down the price, the availability, and lays out your genuine versus your OEM options. And Step 4, confirm it and get it delivered. They'll coordinate dropping the parts directly to your home or even straight to your mechanic's workshop anywhere across the Emirates.
17. Okay, why is this specific number so absolutely crucial? Because it represents your 17-digit vehicle identification number, or your VIN. In the parts world, this is the golden rule. Your VIN acts as your car's unique, unalterable fingerprint. A lot of people just rely on the model year, but that can lead you straight into buying the wrong part because of mid-year manufacturing tweaks. Using this exact 17-digit code guarantees the system pulls up your precise engine type, transmission, and factory options. It literally eliminates the headache of incompatible parts. You can usually find it right on your Mulkia registration card or just peek at your driver's side door pillar.
Let's wrap this up with a few practical buying tips from our source. The Dubai auto market is huge, so you really have to be smart out there. First rule, only work with established suppliers who actually have a verifiable track record and a real physical presence. Second, always examine the packaging. Genuine components are going to have crystal clear labeling and country of origin marks. If you see poor printing, flimsy cardboard, or dead giveaway, spelling errors, run. Those are massive red flags for fakes. Third, like we touched on earlier, prioritize your budget heavily on those critical safety systems. And finally, always clarify the return and warranty policies before handing over your cash, just in the rare case you end up with a manufacturer defect.
Well, that brings us to the end of our explainer today. I want to leave you with one final provocative thought. The next time your vehicle goes into the shop for a service, ask yourself, are you trusting your safety and the safety of your passengers to a guaranteed, genuine fit? Or are you risking it on a cheap imitation? When you're navigating the demanding, extreme roads of the UAE, uncompromising quality really isn't a luxury. It's your absolute best line of defense. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I hope you're walking away feeling fully empowered to make the smartest choices for your vehicle's maintenance. Keep learning, and please, drive safe out there.